Ja, herzlich willkommen hier in Köln. Ich bin hier mit dem Steahr von Astralis. So Steahr, big event, Cologne, first time here. How are you feeling?
I feel great after yesterday's victory. I mean, I'm a little tired today because we didn't sleep too much. You got a late game with overtimes and third map, close matches, right? But it feels great to win and go to the playoffs and get to play in the arena.
Yeah. The fun thing is, it was not only you. We were all waiting for the game to finish. It was like around one. Yeah.
Exactly, a little over one, and then the players. At least we went back to get some food before we went to sleep as well because we didn't eat for so many hours.
Yeah.
So it got very late for us.
So this Astralis playoff games and going through was quite a surprise for a lot of players, for a lot of people. Why do you think this happened? Is it that energy that we're seeing from Astralis currently with Device yelling, with Boss just going ham, literally destroying people in 1v1s? What is your secret right now that everything is going so good?
I think it's because we have focused a lot on, I said this a lot in interviews, but focused a lot on knowing each other, like getting closer, like getting a bond, getting closer with each other, right? Not only in game, of course, we also practice a lot. Like we really grinded to get here with such few like practice days after the player break and stuff like that. But we focused on our goals and how we want to improve, and not really like if our practice went good or bad, or if our like online matches. We had an online qualifier as well for Gamers 8 at a point. If they went bad, it didn't really matter for us. We just wanted to improve, right? And when we keep improving, I think it just always will like get better, and that's how we got here, I think.
So, what I want to know, Astralis has a lot of, let's say, accomplishments, a lot of baggage that is with the name. Is that for you as a team? Is that something you like? That expectation are at this point not really that important, and we can just separate that from that core old Astralis. That we say, hey, we're a new version. We have some new players. We have some young players. We have some older, more experienced players. Just give us some time, or what is your view? Is there something of a baggage and expectation you feel from your home country of Denmark?
I mean, for me personally, I don't know what the others would think about this, but for me, I don't really care about the old lineup. That was like a legendary lineup, so to say. Like they were just destroying back then, right? They were in front of everyone, and this is too hard to set a goal for. So we're just focusing on we want to make like our team the new Astralis, not think about the old. We don't want to compare ourselves. And then like the Danish fans, of course, they want to see us like be back, but of course it's almost impossible to get back to where Astralis was with the 3 majors in a row, 4 majors overall, right?
You have time. Hey, you can prepare.
It is possible, but it's definitely hard, right? But I don't really focus too much on that. Like it's just making our own like what do you want to call legacy team, whatever. See how it goes, and hopefully it's gonna be good.
I want to talk about you joining the team. It always has been said, oh, he's the star player who will get in. He's the head of the team. Do you think that is really your role? Because from the games I saw, from the feeling of the team, I feel more that you're like a glue. You're filling the gaps that they needed to be filled, right? You give the space, but you rotate more. You do play the positions to help your team to stabilize, to get that rotations. Do you feel the people got that beginning thought was kind of wrong, that you were joining as a star player and were going in for that, or was your goal star player and then you were like, okay, this team needs more of a flex slot, more of the glue player that happened over time? Did you realize that?
I mean, I got the like position I wanted, like the position I already played. So with that said, it's not like I've been like gotten into a position I don't know. But so of course I got the good positions, right? Or at least you would say the star positions, whatever you want to call them. But the way I like to play is I just kind of fill what is needed. Now I should say I want to rotate a lot around, help different things with nades, whatever, right? It can be everything. I want to fill the gaps myself, but also play my own game. Like I switch it up. If I see we need something, like I don't think there's like any big trouble right now. But an example could be if we like need someone that's better at rotating, then I'll like talk for him a little bit, tell him to rotate. Now everyone's good in this team, so it's not really needed. But stuff like this, right? I'm just trying to fill where I can help, and then when I play my positions, I of course also take initiative for myself and set myself up sometimes, right? So I wouldn't say I'm just like the glue, but I like to adapt.
Okay, so how was the blame as an in-game leader so far? How was the change up? I'm guessing a lot of bulking and eating chicken. It's like if you don't do 90 push-ups a day,
I mean,
you're
now,
out.
now you asked about the change. I mean, I don't know how Clay was, of course, but from my old team, we had like a lot of troubles with IGLs for a long time. So I don't know like what a great IGL is, but I would say for sure now, like Blame does a really good job. Like it's like he's been calling for a long time, and I think he's just got it from back from Complexity, right? He's just like he remembers how to do it perfectly, kinda, and yeah, it's very nice. But nothing with the diet. We choose ourselves, luckily.
So let's talk about your first matchup on Friday. It's it's going to be quite an, let's say, a big crowd pleaser, especially for the Danish crowd, with the Danish Derby. How are you feeling so far? Are you going into like, yes, we're the favorites, or like, we'll see how it goes? Because we saw Heroic played some good CS, but there were some cracks in the foundation, right? There were some problems that got to the surface that we saw in this event so far.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say we're favorites. At least I don't think so from how Heroic have been playing, right? But I believe we have a big chance because we just haven't showed, or now we have, but they're only the favorites because we haven't had enough time, I would say. Like, I think we've showed that we actually know how to play and that we can beat the good teams, right? So I think it's going to be a very close match, but I believe we can take it for sure.
Okay, so do you think is the scariest opponent you could face? After that it would be G2, and then potentially in the final you have either Vitality, ENCE or Cloud9 with a stand-in.
I mean, it's hard to say. Now you said Cloud9, I think I read that Exile will be playing in the playoffs, if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure.
I don't 100% can confirm that. I heard some rumors as well, but I'm not 100% sure.
But I'm pretty sure he will come if they meet in the final, and I think we can only meet them in the final, right?
Yes.
But those would be very like scary because now they play with Booster, which they haven't practiced with, so we don't know what they're capable of right now because it's kind of, I would say, hard for them to play with a stand-in just before a tournament because someone can't get in. Like, it's unexpected for them for sure, right? So they would be probably the scariest opponent with Vitality, I would say. Those two, these we have to look out for, I would say.
So how confident are you that we'll see you on Sunday on your first potentially big S-tier event stage?
I'm pretty confident. I mean, we talked a lot about like if we get here, we still just play our game right. We don't get like focused on, okay, we need to get to the final. We just play game for game, round for round. We don't care about the results, and then we'll see what happens. But I'm confident we'll take it all the way. At least winning as a Heroic.
So the last thing I want to talk about with you is the Danish scene is, for some reason, is really good in capitalizing new talents, especially in-game leaders, which was also a potential for you, right? There was some talks that you could maybe take over that mental transition into that. Is that a thought that you had to transition into more of IGL later on in your career? Get that? I know you're young. I know we'll have a big change in later on this year. But is that something you dabbled with, that thought, to join the people like Snappy, Kerrigan, Glaive, and all the other talents?
I mean, I had Barry as a coach for a long time in Sprout, and he kind of told me that I could do it if I want to. He said that he saw the potential, right? And I was like, I thought about it for a second, but I don't think it should, like, I don't think I fit as a caller, to be honest. I want to be the kind of second caller that talks a lot, but not like the main caller. I also want to focus on my own game and be able to to focus on shooting people while still talking a lot, right? Mm-hmm. And of course, callers can also do that, but it's a lot harder because you also have to put a lot of work into, every day you practice, you have theory, then you talk about what you want to do today, and put a lot of hours into just talking about the game, which is a lot of work where I want to more focus on my own game and then be able to move freely around and help everyone, right?
Okay.
Ja, ich muss das hier unterbrechen. Es hat ein technisches Problem gegeben beim Intro damals mit dem Steahr. Und zwar hat es einen Feueralarm gegeben bei ESL in ihrem Hauptquartier, der dazu geführt hat, dass wir das Intro unterbrechen mussten. Und darum schneidet das hier so abrupt ab. Ich möchte mich wirklich für entschuldigen. Was wir schlussendlich noch besprochen haben, war mehr wegen seiner Wachstum von mentaler Stabilität über die Zeit und Integration ins Team. Und es ist für ihn, eben, was er kann eigentlich weitergeben in der nächsten Generation, seit er noch so jung ist. Und es ist sehr interessant. Wir werden sicher in der nächsten Zukunft, wenn wir den Steahr wieder mal sehen, über das Thema weiterfassen, wenn er sich ein bisschen weiterentwickelt hat. Aber ich darf mich mal entschuldigen.